As a parent, some of the things we wish, oh God, that our children become somebody useful in the society. And that's why we take our parenting very serious. A lot of us, we devote times, we devote effort, we make sure we are always present for them and guide them all the way to make sure that they become somebody useful in the society. And that's one of the reasons why you see us being present in our children's life, guiding them day by day, make sure that the errors, they reduce errors in their life. But they are children, definitely they will always grow up. And so most of the things we do as parents is this, that we try to make sure they are not being arrogant, but let them be self-confident. But sometimes some parents will say, oh, I want to make my child to be confident. Yes, I want my child to be able to speak without fear. I want my child to be able to stand against some things and be able to express his or herself. These are some of the wish we wish our children should. But sometimes in the process, our children are doing it wrongly. And we parents, we don't even know that our children are actually doing it wrongly. Welcome to another exciting moment with Mom of Things. On this channel, we talk about parenting, we talk about how you can grow your children in a godly way. And if you've not subscribed, please do so. Subscribe, like, and also share this video to someone that might need it. Yes, let's enter the cocoa. So as a parent, you want your child to be able to express their self is a good one, so that nobody mocks them, nobody brings them down, and they are able to do the right thing. But sometimes when they start doing this, they will feel, oh, maybe it's just them, they are being confident. But what if I tell you that that thing you feel is self-confident is actually not self-confident, is something different? You know, arrogancy and self-confidence, they mimic each other, as in they interchange with each other. You see, once a child is being arrogant, if you are not careful, you will feel it is self-confident. Yes, you will feel it is self-confident. But there is something you need to know. You need to now know the difference. Why will a child be arrogant and you feel as a parent it is self-confident? Because you don't know the meaning. And if you have known the meaning, you would have known when to stop that child, to tell that child, hey, stop it, this thing you are doing is wrong, not the right way. And with this, you will start cautioning the child and start putting the child through the right ways and manners to approach things. Let me give you an example. So your child was well spoken, outspoken. Yes, we like outspoken children as a parent. And whenever an adult talk to the child, the way the child responded, because the child does not feel comfortable, the child does not feel good the way the adult talk to him or her. And the next you say, why will you talk to me like that? To you, it might be that, oh, yes, the child is replying because the child does not feel comfortable with the way he was spoken to. But no, there are better ways to go about it. So that is the characteristics of an arrogant child. Will feel, why will you talk to me like that? Why? Am I your child? You ought not to do that. No. That is the characteristics of an arrogant child, like I earlier said. But you see, a self-confident child will tell you, please, ma, please, sir, the way you spoke to me, I don't like it. Is there anything I did wrong that made you say such a thing? You find out that even the adult that spoke such will be even retrieve a step back, and you see them apologizing. That is self-confident, but not arrogancy. I hope you are getting it. You see, sometimes you see children, whenever an adult spoke to them, you see them yelling. They don't want to take correction. Yes, that is a typical example of an arrogant child. They don't want to take correction. Who are you to correct me when you are not my parent? Yes, that is them. You will now start hearing them. Do you know who my father is? Do you know who my mother is? You don't talk to me like that because I am not your child. If you are there and that child is exhibiting that and you are the parent of that child, don't say, oh, the child is outspoken, that is how the child is, he's trying to defend himself. No. That is an arrogant attitude, not a confident child. You see, another thing with arrogant children is this. If you notice that your child keep telling you, I can do it even without anybody, I know I can do it. There is nothing you can say about it. I am very good. Or your child starts saying, I know it's more than everybody in the class. Who is this person? And start belittling a classmate that doesn't even know it and feels that he is the master of know it all. My dear, that is not self-confidence, so dear parent. That is arrogancy. Yes. And when a teacher corrects your child, that child, and the child feels offended that the teacher is not qualified to correct, you might feel it is funny, or why am I saying this? These are some of the things we see in schools where you see people telling teachers that they are not qualified to tell them something because they feel they've overknow it or they are so good in it. And this is what we call pride. And some parents will say, oh, the child is just expressing himself. Yes, the child is expressing himself, but there are better ways for that child to express itself, and that is where self-confidence comes. You find out that a child that does not have self-confidence, that is arrogant, will always behave the way he or she wants, because they know within them that that is just the only way they could have a self-defense. But you see, a self-confident child is a child that will tell you, okay, I will see to it. I will learn. I will see if I can. I don't know, but I will give it a try. You see, even though the child knows, he will not bring down the classmate and he will not disrespect the teacher. One of the problems we have with arrogant children is this, or arrogant puppy, is that they have this habit of disrespect. Them and disrespect their 5 and 6. And please, if you've come across this video and you feel, oh, what I'm saying is actually correct, please don't forget to drop a meaningful comment and share this video. So let's move to another side now. We are saying, okay, an arrogant child. A mother once told me that my child will speak back because my child will defend himself. And I said, really? And there's one thing we parents forget is this, that when you don't correct your child, that child will tend to come back to use that same harsh word on you. And what will now happen? You feel, oh, it's an insult. Oh, it doesn't ought to be like this. But when the child is supposed to be corrected, you never corrected that child. So what are we not saying? That, you have an arrogant child in the house and you feel that, oh, the child is just trying to defend himself. After all, they say this generation, they know how to speak out. No, my dear parent, you should be able to differentiate between an arrogant child and a self-confident child. A self-confident child does not boast and does not brag. That is one good example of a arrogant child. Brag a lot with some little thing they have. You start seeing them bragging. Yes, I took first. All of you are failure. Yes, I can do this one. What can you do? But you see, for a self-confident child, let me just tell you the truth. You see, their wins, their trophies speaks for them. You see, for what they've achieved, their achievement is the one that speaks for them. They don't brag about it. No, a child that you see that maybe made A's parallels in his exam or her exam will not come to start bragging and say, may I still top it? It is me that is topping it. Yes, all of you, what do you know? Let me teach you. Even your teacher does know up to me. That is an arrogant issue. But you see, when a self-confident child knows I've seen his or her result, they will just keep it to themselves. They will not come and start rubbing it on the other student or other people's faces, because they know that in doing that, they are spiking and they are bringing others down. And that is one good characteristic of an arrogant child, trying to bring people down instead of lifting. But a self-confident child will lift others up when they know that there is a child or a pupil, a classmate that does not do well. You see them trying to help, not to mock, and not to brag. My parents, our children, they know how to brag a lot, and that is not a good trait for a teenager or a child. You see, most time as parents, when we know this difference, we don't always have issues, because it will not give us the idea or the age to start telling the child. When a child brags in your presence as a parent, all you need to do is to just tell the child, stop. That attitude is bad. Why are you doing it? Instead of you to say, oh, the child is expressing himself. I beg, what is the child actually expressing? Is the child actually doing the right thing? And by the time you go further, you find out that that bragging or whatsoever they are doing is their weak points. And they capitalize on that their weak point to do what they feel it is right. So parents, the only thing I want to tell you is this: that child you feel is having self-confidence might not actually be self-confidence. So it might just be that that child is actually arrogant. And my dear parents, please watch out so that your child will not give you what we call public disgrace. So if you've watched to this extent and you feel this talk is very interesting, join me on my next video as I bring in another topic so that we can share as parents. And if you have a topic that you feel, oh, it is very important for us to talk about, why not bring it? Let's share it here on Mom of Things, where we raise teenager for godly purpose, so that our children will not give us public embarrassment. Have a beautiful day. Thank you.